Other people it's 3 minutes. Yeah, this is a brief live as I'm walking down to. I'm just walking down to Ridgely Church, which is where my counselling sessions happen. Today is actually my last counselling session. I had a deal with the church. The church has granted me some counselling funds, and me and the counsellor came up with an agreement. She reduced the price for me, which meant the church had to pay less, and then she said if you pay half, then it can even go for even longer. So we've had this really amazing deal where, yeah, $150 per hour sessions came down to $100 per hour, and then I paid $50. And then what's actually happened is now what's actually happened is so it extended the church funds, doubled it. So that's been a really big blessing. And today's my last session, and I guess that's in itself quite scary for me. But in that, the counsellor doesn't want to see me slipping through the cracks like I have been, but today we'll probably talk about something ongoing, but we don't know why. Like, I did offer that I could paint their house because they've got to paint their house, and she was all like open to it, but her husband doesn't like to mix business with work, like their business, which is they're a married couple, and they do birth of origin counselling and marriage counselling, and just a beautiful Christian couple, trauma-informed Christian couple, and they got this counselling business. And then I got an ABN, and it's called Administration Management Services, because I used to do property management when I lived down the city. But my actual ABN, I can actually do anything to do with maintaining the property is within my ABN, within my business, registered business. So my business is like partially renovating people's homes. My preference is gardening. Just got to make sure I don't get disorientated. Gardening. I don't even know what the time is. I gave myself 15 minutes. My preference is gardening. That's my passion. I'd rather work on do landscaping rather than actual house renos, because house renos are really hard on the body, really hard on the wrist. I don't want to go down that track right now, but house renos actually hurt my body a lot. So, but yeah, my business of painting their house, and I'm really good at painting. I've been painting houses since I was quite young, and I'm just really good at it. I'm good at prepping the walls, making sure everything's great, and just good at cutting it, So that would have been amazing if we could have done that. Then I would have had ongoing counselling, and I was also going to pay for my beautiful friend with her autistic son, for their counselling via my painting of this lady's house. But yeah, the husband does want to mix business, and I understand, completely get it. So, but anyways, seasonal deficiency disorder, everyone. So here we go. We've got a bit of sun popping up through there. So it's not the greyest of the greyest days. Literally, I woke up. Sorry, I took a video earlier, and there was the most amazing sunrise. I will send that on. It was just one of the most spectacular sunrises I've seen in Northern in a long time. And we've got a lot of smoke in the air because people lighting fires at night, but also we had an overcast day yesterday, and it almost rained but didn't quite. So there was a lot of cloud in the sky. So I don't know if that's why, but this morning the sunrise was particularly beautiful. It's just spectacular. And then anyways, I went back to bed. I could have stayed up, and I really want to get to that point where I just stay up. It's been one of my biggest challenges, possibly for my whole life, I cannot remember. There's only small pots, sections of my life where I would just jump up in the morning inspired. And one of those was when my exquisite beloved and I first moved up to Northern. And I was so inspired. Everything was so perfect. We were so happy, just everything was so good. I was so inspired, and every morning I was just jumping up at 6 o'clock in the morning, sometimes even 5:30 in the morning, with all of this amazing amount of energy to work on our beautiful home and get it so that we could it needed a lot of work. Our home needs a lot of work. The yard needed a lot of work. It had been neglected for about 10 years or longer maybe. So it needed a lot of work, and as you all know, the house had lots of surprises. So what should have been simple, I then realised this is not simple because the house was in more disrepair than I realised, and the work that had been done before hadn't been done well. So that was a bit of a spat in the works, as we all know. And then I started getting lots of health issues, and all sorts of things started to happen, as we've discussed so many times. But there was that couple of months. There was that November, December, January, February time where I was literally just jumping up in the morning and so inspired. And I was working all day till late at night, like sometimes 8:30 at night or something, like so inspired. I have had other pockets of times where I had that same inspiration. So that's interesting. There has been times where I can just jump up in the morning and it's when all the ducks are lined up. It's obviously when I feel so, this is why, well, that's so much I want to share with you all, but I'll do it later after my counselling session. I was at this amazing party on Saturday night. It was an amazing party. And we were there. There was quite a few of us that stayed overnight in caravans. I got invited to stay in the guest house. A lot of people turned up their caravans. They were already preparing to stay because they'd driven from long distances to get there. I'd only driven 20 minutes. But anyways, a lot of us stayed back until the middle of the next day. And then there was a few of us that stayed back even into the afternoon. So it was this amazing catch-up time with this. Gosh, I'm just going to talk about that in my next live when I'm walking my dogs later this afternoon, or maybe when I'm at home. But these people they're exactly the people I need to meet, and they're all so inspired, and most of them are in these really amazingly committed long-term relationships. Some of them are on their second marriages. They're all very honest with it. Those who've been in their long-term marriages, let me know that they've had their times of separations and their times of ups and downs. So everyone was very honest that even though they might look super steadfast and strong, and it took a lot of commitment to stay there. But I already intuitively knew that, but I was just so proud of these people for so honestly declaring it. But the things that these people are doing as groups, it's just exceptional. And I really realise that they get that burst of desire to do what they do, I believe, because they've got that committed partner by their side. I really think it makes a lot of difference. Well, I believe if my beloved was by my side right now, completely committed to me, I would have woken up fine this morning. We would have woken up, good morning, my love, kiss, kiss, snuggle, wuggle, coffee, my love, yes, dear. That's a really nice way to wake up. And then, he might want to stay in bed, but and upon him living in his heart and being heart stance and truly appreciating what we have together and truly appreciating and loving me for all of who I am, and really accepting my love of him, of all he is, and how much I love him. He could have stayed in bed for the next couple of hours, whatever, and I would have been out and about with this warm glow. So I've got all this love in me, love for him, love of me, love for us, feeling his love for me in his love of himself. And that's what it was like when we first came up. I was waiting for his cars. And that warm apricot nectar, it fills me up, it warms me, it fuels me, it pushes me forward. So, and I do wake up, not just this great morning. Every time it's a great morning, I just immediately just do not want to get up. Seriously. I just want to stay curled up under the doona and stay snuggled. And it's like something about the grey sky scares me. Something about the grey sky, this seasonal deficiency disorder, and that's why I was saying own it. Own it, know it, rise above it. If it's a great day and you've got seasonal deficiency disorder, which I've been declared that I do, it's legit. It's like an immediate depression, just knocks you out. It just knocks you out. And you've got to realise, well, I'm not depressed. I'm not getting enough UV rays, and my brain has just slumped into environmental depression. It's fast, hard and furious. It's real. But you've got to realise it's not real. You've got to go, this is just my brain perceiving fear or terror because it's not getting enough UV. The actual fear and terror is not real. The fact that you're feeling the fear and terror is valid. You've got to acknowledge that. But you acknowledge it just by saying, yeah, it's a great day. Own it. It's a great day. Whoops. When it's a great day, my mental health suffers. I've got seasonal deficiency disorder. Someone else might have another reason for not liking, for having fear around great days. But seasonal deficiency disorder is a very more common than most people realise. And if you go to a good doctor to talk about it, it will get declared, and then straight away you can at least know what you're working with, and that changes everything. Know it. Know what you're working with. I know it's a green day, I'm going to be extra depressed. Like, I'm actually depressed right now, can you believe it? Yesterday I wasn't, today I'm white. Oh, because the sky's grey. It's in my brain. And now, what do? I rise above it. What do? I chose to walk to my counselling session. Why? Because walking is so good. Walking is so good. See that bit of blue up there? Whoa. Walking is one of the best things you can ever do to help move stagnant energy. So if we're feeling stagnant somehow, move forward. So by the time I finish my session today, which is my last one, which is stagnant self, maybe not my last one, but my last one for a while, just because I just had too many debts. You know, I've got Water Corp, I've got land rates and Water Corp, I've got to get the steering fixed on the ute, I've got a denture that I've got to get replaced, glasses, lots and lots of other bills. So many bills, so many just, you know, financial responsibilities. But I've got some really major outstanding. Ever since I've moved to this property, ever since my beloved and I moved to this property, we haven't paid any of our Water Corp bills, so it's nearly 2 years of Water Corp bills there. And we've got a water leak, so it's a really huge bill. It's like thousands of dollars. And the land rates, we've only paid a lot of instalments on the land rates. So those things build up interest, and they're serious, you know, they're serious responsibilities that have to be acknowledged and honoured. And so that's I've got to start working out how to pay that rather than counselling. You know, I needed to do the counselling because I had to get to a point where I could just maintain being alive, you know, staying alive, you know, blah blah blah, all that sort of stuff. Anyways, my loves, I'm here. I'm at Bridgeley Church, and there's my counselling in there. And then I'm going to do another live later today when I walk the dogs, or when I'm on the veranda, and it's going to be on releasing, surrendering, purging, transmuting. It's going to be a big discussion on the actual process. I've been coming up with some ideas of how I've been waking up around 1 o'clock most mornings, Haven't been able to sleep very well. I've really got to start writing. Must start writing. I must start writing rather than staying up late. Anyways, God bless. I'll speak to you all a bit later. God bless you.